Raw excellence. It's a shockwave to systems built on predictability, comfort, and control. It throws everything off balance because it demands something no system wants to give. True, unfiltered merit, pure ability without filters, without shortcuts. Systems don't just dislike this, they fear it. The cold, hard truth is that systems breed stability by rewarding sameness, by bottling creativity and ranking mediocrity safe and sound. But the raw, outlawed brilliance? The people who burn with a fire that can't be tamed? They tear down these walls, and that scares the hell out of everything built to maintain the status quo. For founders, investors, and leaders, this isn't just theory. It's a daily battle. Imagine being the one who's trying to break through, who's trying to push boundaries and transform ideas into something unprecedented. You face invisible resistance. It's not always a door slammed in your face. Sometimes it's quieter. The subtle sidelining, the unspoken skepticism, the smothering layers of, "It's impossible here," or "You don't fit the mold." This resistance isn't personal. A system cannot afford to let raw excellence roam free because it convulses their carefully maintained equilibrium. When something shines that bright, it exposes every flaw, every weakness, every outdated practice that the system has dressed up as the way things are done. That's the real pain. The system pumps out templates for success and tells you to fit yourself inside them. Meritocracy. More often, it's a mask for favoritism, for comforting narratives that reward compliance, quiet talent, or polished but empty performances. Safe bets. The truly excellent? The ones who refuse to settle, who break every rule, who innovate not with tweaks but with revolutions. They're marginalized, silenced, and pushed outside the circle of influence. The system wants predictability, not fire. Here's the brutal, unspoken truth. Systems aren't rigged against talent because they hate talent. They fear raw excellence because it's uncontrollable. It breaks their model. It doesn't conform because it refuses to wait for permission. It's impatient, unpolished, unstoppable. And that freedom feels dangerous if you're built to maintain order. But here's what most people miss. It's not about fighting the system with brute force. That's amateur hour. It's about understanding the real game, the one they don't teach in schools or business books. The game of alignment, connection, and unlearning. First, unlearn everything the system programmed you to believe about merit and success. Forget waiting for approval. Forget those dusty ladder rungs and the right network or pedigree. Excellence isn't a promotion. It's a revolution in how you live, think, and act every day. It's about relentless refining of yourself, your vision, your circle, an unbreakable inner sovereignty. Your will must become your weapon. Next, stop trying to fit in. Not because you want to rebel for the sake of rebellion, but because you simply refuse to sacrifice your essence for approval. Alignment with the right few. It's the secret everyone misses. It's a strategy, not a luxury. Find your tribe of radical voices, those whose fire doesn't flicker but burns with the same intensity. This isn't a crowd, it's a rarefied network where each link magnifies the power of the others. In this connection, raw excellence finds shelter, grows sharper, stronger, and more dangerous to the system's tired illusions. Now this network, it's not built on sameness or comfort. It's forged through contrast and challenge. The strongest alliances happen where difference isn't erased, but celebrated. Because real power is synergy born from diversity of thought, experience, and perspective. This is how new paradigms are created. The few who dare to reshape the future don't imitate nations or corporations. They build autonomous ecosystems where individuality breeds unity, where what seems like chaos to the old system is actually the foundation of the unstoppable new order. But even with this knowledge, patience is the hardest part. The system rewards fast wins, but real transformation is a long game. Do not be fooled by the illusion of instant impact. Excellence doesn't bend, it endures. It's a life lived ruthlessly on your own terms, not a sprint, but a marathon. If you burn out too quickly chasing approval or rushing breakthroughs, The system wins by default. If you choose persistence, relentless patience, and strategic alignment, the system's fear turns to paralysis. They cannot defeat what will not be defeated. Here's the catch. This isn't for the faint-hearted, the comfortable, or the safe. The fire that threatens systems originates in those who would rather burn their entire world down than live a borrowed life. Those who demand more, not just for their own gain, but for the radical unlocking of human potential. Excellence at this level isn't just skill or intelligence. It's a total rebellion of identity and purpose. It's about being sovereign, critical, transformative, and selectively choosing who fuels your journey and who distracts you. There is no roadmap handed down for this kind of living, no shortcut or one-size-fits-all manual. That's why exceptional individuals feel isolated, misunderstood. They are swimming upstream against a river that insists on sameness. That is exactly why systems run scared. If raw excellence connects, coordinates, and synergizes, it builds an invisible infrastructure that moves faster than bureaucracies, outsmarts biases, and rewrites what success means. Remember this: the comfort the world offers is a cage disguised as a sanctuary. It smiles while it locks your true power away under layers of convenience and conformity. The world doesn't want you free. It wants you productive, compliant, replaceable. Raw excellence shatters that lie. It's a jolt of electricity sent through stale veins, a reminder that freedom isn't given. It's taken. It's not a promise. It's a practice, ruthless and real. So, to those who feel that unbearable tension inside, a silent scream, a hunger that is impossible to feed with traditional rewards and broken systems, listen closely. That tension is your real self calling out. It's your true power, refusing to be subsumed. It's a gift and a warning. The old world isn't where you belong. You don't just want to change the system. You want to surpass it entirely. The solution isn't more rules or better instructions. It's a break from obedience and conformity. It's learning to be sovereign, to question everything relentlessly, to transform your reality. Not just a surface makeover, but a deep, violent reshaping of what's possible. It's about endlessly refining your tribe, your mission, your edge. In that space, the intersection of relentless self-mastery, radical connections, and unyielding patience, raw excellence becomes unstoppable. The system's terror is the ignition spark. With every burn, every breakthrough, every alliance, raw excellence builds something no system can ever control. A future not dictated by the past, but created by the few who refuse to wait. If you've ever been told you're too different, too intense, too difficult to handle, know this: that's exactly why you are needed. The system fears you because you hold the question it can't answer. The question no old rulebook dares to ask. What happens if the few uncontainable individuals decide not just to exist, but to lead? What happens if instead of chasing belonging, you craft your own becoming? What if you play the long game, wearing patience like armor and authenticity like a flame that never dims? This is your call. Not for the comfortable, not for the compliant, but for those who feel their fire is too bright for the old world to hold. The world has no structure for the exceptional, so create your own. Be the spark in the dark. Align with the few who burn as fiercely as you. Build a network that will not only survive resistance, but will redefine reality itself. Raw excellence terrifies systems because it's freedom. A freedom that can't be tamed, can't be marketed, can't be boxed. It's messy, unpredictable, and unstoppable. It's every reason the system tries to cage it, and every reason you must unleash it with everything you've got, starting right now.